Let's be right back to back together. Make this a bit of a jam on A. Henny. Just be able to fight in photos. So, Venom Zero, first one to check. A whole lot of value here on this base side with his Venom. Who is absolutely so quick, and it's Cold Zero up top to sub line. Toto, he's going to have to drift through this. Already as intimidating as the name value would suggest. It's Canids that waste no time. And boy, Phelps, when he gets his hands on this, it would be so disappointing for his farm to actually go down. There's so much utility on this side, and it may just go unused. But Forgotti gets a quick trade, and actually there may be some breathing room here for Dusty Roots to actually set up and get a good go. But Henny putting that pressure right behind them, JRT, is going to lead to a very, very tough lay. But they get that clean entry onto Phelps. They're going to get a bomb plant at a minimum.
Yeah, and look at Forgotti. He's trying to come in here. No, he will eventually get shut down by Venom Zero. I thought he could get even further and do more damage to Red Canids. So we'll now go for that boost, and it's being watched, but Max Score could not react quickly enough, leaving it all up to Toto M. And Totem will get 2 on Venom Zero and Cold Zero. The Zera's deleted. Totem hoping to win against Henny as well. Henny tapping the bomb, trying to draw out the fight, but Totem is having none of it. And, well, I think he's got it. I think Totem won the round. What an unbelievable performance. So, another heroic effort here. Going back to our previous series, the Argentinians appear to have... I mean, Brazil has dominated South America for the most part, so it's great to see overall.
Love to see a bit of a big bounce back. Huge nade that was put to drop, and Henny, they are going to be awfully low, but the presence of Hamas, the presence of Phelps that just actually drapes right out of Banana is going to be, oh no. Oh, that is going to be frustrating. Drop runs right into the fire, but it is Venom currently in those same flames. It is Red Canids who may be feeling that temperature rising here on Inferno. There's Forgotti with a great one, Dig. But Cold Zera, he's going to come online. He's got a Galil. He's got Phelps right here, right exactly where he needs him. All of that disaster, it could just be cleaned up here. They've got these 2 kills, and that third player is going to be streaking through apartments. Way to save the day, Phelps. Way to save the day, Cold Zera. They just swooped right in. So unpredictable. When you actually get on the way through, Phelps feels it, and he sees the back turned. You are just going to be ruining their chances, screaming to get this rotation online. Venom Zero will get there as quick as he can, rather drop. Cold Zera going to be right here upon the elbow. Gotta win a big gunfight, and Cold Zera never going to disappoint. Right here, the whole team is coming through to just wipe all the way through on Dusty Roots clean. That is beautiful.
There's the Dusty Roots. Look to deploy themselves towards Banana. There's the nade and the Molotov, but the Molotov doesn't go behind Sandbag, so Phelps is still pretty comfortable here, and he does manage to get one. Can't connect on the second, so the trade is good, but still have a low Forgotti on the Dusty Roots side here in this 4v4. Smoke gets tossed, and at a perfect moment, because the Dusty Roots were about to make their move onto that B site, but that forces them back.
Drop just fades into the way to CT. May get caught in transition here safely over. I don't think there's been a let to notice. He has just got all that through with the spam just fully white on that JRT. Toto can try and let with the spam. That Galil is gonna just try and reach through, and he does pull his hand down. Henny can try and lay the same type of line. It's 1962 out, and just behind it, he's keeping this B site online with 20 seconds to go. Henny keeps flirting with that. It lands with the spam. It's another fight won by Dusty Roots.
That's a dink there and not a kill. Unfortunate for Venom Zera, who falls there. It's still favorable, I would say, for Red Canids to win this round. And oh yeah, that nade's going to take care of Max Core. But Toto on the other side finds Cold Zera right after the nade is thrown. So we'll be down to a 1v1, Henny and Toto. Last time Henny could not get it in a very similar situation. In fact, the same player up against him, and Toto throws the flash and wins the round again.
Trying to source this. Flash right down. Oh, and that Molotov is just going to be right on the other side. And Tommy Jed takes that right down. Drop somehow behind, is putting the support in in this supporting fire has gotten 2 frags in the smoke. I don't think they're done occupying this. But what will actually sublet them is smokes to actually be able to hold right down upon this. Just one more that Drop is going to be able to cycle.
Yeah, it's a fantastic opener for Drop. And again, I think the Dusty Roots need a more convincing round victory, which they haven't yet had. Especially on the gun rounds. Otherwise, you know, those little flare-ups here and there and heroic efforts by Toto will go by the wayside and won't really matter too much. 1962 and Toto, last 2 standing. 1962. Flashed and taken care of by Phelps. That'll leave only Toto standing with the AWP in his hands. You'd think he'd want to try and save this, but he won't be able to, I don't think. Yeah, he's been spotted, so I imagine the chase will be on here with the amount of money that the Red Canids have. They don't want to allow him to save the AWP, and Toto, realizing that, says, okay, I'm just going to fight. There's the first on to Drop. There's a free path to B if he just charges forward, but I mean, how could you possibly know that in a 4v1? And yeah, he will get dropped by Phelps. Red Canids. Alrighty. Incendiary's going to get tossed in. Oh my goodness. This is what I was saying. Oh, what? Drop gets 2 for 1 from the Molotov. Maxcore and Tommy, they just get trapped, right? The Molotov sail in. The smokes are around them. They have nowhere to go, and they just burn alive in that molly. Oh my goodness. 1962 doesn't realize he's visible around the edge of that smoke, and Phelps gets another one to his name. Dusty Roots, just absolutely nothing they can do. That banana utility has been absolutely devastating from Red Canids. And now it's Toto and Fergutti. And only, what, 1:11 left on the clock. There's still so much time. But that happened so quickly at the beginning of the round, where all those bodies dropped.
Not intimidated, ever not to fight. Don't even want to give them a line to even consider a bomb plant, and Drop walks away with the 4K.
Red Canids just deploying their utility perfectly. I think, in general, this team is strong utility-wise, so we're seeing it here. Maxcore,
well, that's tech.
Honestly,
that's tech right there.
That's a beautiful boost.
I have not seen that.
No, it's a great boost. I've seen it a couple of times before, and it's really quite well deployed here by the Dusty Roots, who finally get an opener in a gun round. And unfortunately for them, it's the last one of this first half. They are going to redeploy themselves towards that B site. Rotation is on. Will Red Canids be able to respond? I mean, Henny's here with the AWP to support Drop. Good incendiary toss. 15 seconds left. Just realized, yeah, Dusty Roots have to get a move on. They're going to have to charge through this incendiary in some ways. 10 seconds now. 1 frag, and they might be done. There's Drop getting that one. 6 seconds now. They do panic to plant the bomb and will be successful in doing so, despite the clock running down very low here, Mark. 3v4 on the retake for the Red Canids.
4 would be good. Gotta hold down to it. 4 players would have been great as well. You need to try and keep these numbers up. But it's this bomb that is going to be ticking with it. Venom, he has really got to reach and just try and get this down. Going to be cut through it. But right here, I feel like it's going to be costing them. It's going to be a dogfight right now, but Coldzera, he has to hit both quick shots, does, and the defuse is going to come through. It's a 9-3 half, and Red Canids, they turn it up. Coldzera, 16-3.
Previously, I should say yesterday, here on this map between these two squads, and I mean, honestly, at the beginning, I was a little nervous for the Red Canids anyway, because Dusty Roots were looking strong, but now they're just cruising along, and look at this pistol round already. Phelps getting 2 scalps, looking for the third now as he picks up the USP off the ground. Toto not going to get fragged yet. He actually gets 1, maybe the second. He was really a heroic piece for them early on in that first half, but eventually he gets, I don't want to say run down, but he gets pushed back as the bomb is planted.
Those Glock shots are just too close for comfort. They are just approaching at very concerning measures. Having to just lay on. These shots are going to be so hard to approach. And it feels like Dusty Roots, well, they are unfortunately a late spirit to this. Feels like they were out of this retake before it even started. And right now, that's Red Canids through that second half pistol, and Venom gets a great shot onto 1962 backhaul. You can just clean up on this last kill, give Toto the respect to the gunfights. He's deserved it, but that's not going to keep Henny.
Calling the shots, getting his team coordinated well on the defensive side, calling good rotations. I mean, everything was fantastic for them on their defensive end after those first 5 rounds. And here on the T side, we'll see how they deploy themselves. They did lose in that second round after taking pistol in the first half, and that's not a great start here after losing Phelps and giving an AK over to Tommy Jed. Uh-oh. I feel like this could be dangerous here for MaxScore. Yeah, it is. He gets Coldzera. I could feel it.
Normally, it is very, very tough game. Smoke and prodded apartments around those 5-7s. Exhibit A. Toto right around it. Surprisingly, going to be just passing right back. Gotta acknowledge the low HP of a couple of the teammates here. Toto with a little bit more reason than we may have first considered, but 1962 finally comes to use on to that Galil, but the MAC-10s, they're going to go far. And it's Venom Zera that has just been lacking behind in the numbers category because, well, hasn't had a lot of opportunities. Now here's one, a 1 versus 3. He's got to let this up to really try and go, but
Jeez,
Tommy Jed stands up for the team. I guess D-Thry, I'm not going to be calling anybody a champ here, but you have a couple of champs on one side, so I guess that does help. Here's one right now, and he's going to be capped right at the bottom of those stairs by MaxScore.
He's trying to get that gun, and he did. And took a little bit of damage for it, but there's a smoke pop. Oh, a little bit of exposure there on Fergutti, and he actually manages to escape, but this is the Red Canids taking that banana control that Dusty Roots couldn't really get on their T side. Fergutti, very exposed. He gets one, which is okay, but not great, because it's the 3v3 post plant, which favors the Ts here. And you see that MaxScore is trying to take the space again quickly. There's a flashbang thrown, but I feel like that flashbang is thrown into a black hole, because the players weren't really there to capitalize on it. It's almost a panic flashbang. And he does have another one. Maybe to attract attention in his direction. I'm not sure, but either way. Some spam for MaxScore, and he connects onto Phelps. That'll help a lot.
It's going to be a very nice start for him. MaxScore walks all the way down. That's a flash right up. Yeah, you got to go. It's right behind New Box here. You are just going to be digging out this body here, hopping on the bomb. MaxScore with enough time, I think not. He's gone. 11 rounds on Inferno fall the way of Red Canids by the thinnest of margins.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he might not have it. It was very close, a millisecond even, or a couple of milliseconds there.
Maybe it's Coldzera to kind of return to his lurking matter as well. Maybe the belly of this group to see into it rather quickly elsewhere. MaxScore to see all the way back in. Maybe could have actually teed off in a couple of legs here, but it's Tommy Jen that wants to just continue where he left off. All the way down to barrels, and it's just going to roll everything through Banana, and on his court, it's not gotten through. Yeah, could be as lucky right now. Holding very solemnly with just a couple of flashes to go. Toto getting so close, and that's how you break right in rather than a flash. It's that nade into brackets, and you know, Toto checks out. There is a back line to this. In 1962, gets a real big kill right now as Henny just bulls it up the lane, and Coldzera can now just provide a little bit of fire. I thought he had the head, was just shooting at a little bit of blood, but has that one lined up dead to rights. MaxScore, it's all the way decked, and it's just that one flashy Deagle frag that will outline the massacre by Dusty Roots onto Coldzera's crew. This is where this Inferno is also important, like the kind of nuke we just came out of our third series of the day. Venom Zera gonna go ahead and really just deck the line in round 20, sending on top of it and causing a big rift here at A. MaxScore has to kind of ally with a lot of pressure. He's an opper, and he's on balcony of all places. JRT gets that kill and is lucky to skate away alive.
Yeah, but I mean, that's confirmed damage there by Coldzera. He knows that MaxScore has to be low, so he might be tempted to charge out of the apartments. MaxScore, aware of that, throws the nade in, but it won't be that much damage onto Coldzera. Couple of shots rattled off with the USP through the smoke, but Cold
This
not
actually isn't a
deterred.
bad reposition, considering they don't have a smoke for Moto.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah. Still a lot of firepower to go up against with no armor and only pistols. And okay, Coldzera through the wall gets the frag onto MaxCore, and then the follow-up by Coldzera and Henny. They've got 3 more. It's only 1 left for Gutty with the M4. This is unarmored pistols from the Red Canids, and they're somehow making it work for Gutty. I mean, there's 1v3 that's very possible, but
I
man,
hate this timing right now.
yeah.
You could get a good look, but Coldzera repositions. He's not going to be showing to this, but he's actually that first player caught. This could be a very big play by the young Argentinian. Needs to show up against the 3 most experienced players of that roster, but when those heads are up like a venom, boy, do they strike. Red Canids. Yeah, 35 seconds got to go. Coldzera, if he could get a well-timed kind of frag right here, you're going to see right through this. Even if that is kind of solves enough, Coldzera goes down in the fight right here. This is a big win. That is right where it needs to be. Opsword is setting the tone. MaxCore, there is no crossing you. He's gotten to, and he's even bought so much time for the player new box, but for Gutty, he wins that 1v1. The only to win. VenomZera goes down, and MaxCore is just carrying them along his back. I think gonna find a whole lot kind of on the front end of this. Coldzera holds for Boiler. Henny, whenever they're ready, is going to send him out with the double flash. Perfectly timed smoke. But maybe just the mask they need to have this pop. Here they go. Very clean entry.
What?
Going to get right out. Name is in the game. Drops out of the library and just has no trouble. Got to bounce back from this. MaxCore has to go up and above. And what would this be? A way to find this 13th round? JRT, I think it's here in reality.
This is absurd. I mean, just the rounds where the Red Canids are least expected to win on their T-Sods are the ones that they're converting. I mean, they're not done yet here. They've still got 3 more frags to deal out, but the bomb is ticking away, and that might deliver the win anyway. TommyJet managed to get dropped. Henny, also gone, but still, they have to get these last 2. Phelps managing to get a couple on his side, maybe the 3rd.
What?
There it is. Phelps the 3-piece, and the Red Canids off another eco round are able to seal the deal. They're the ones on the winning side of a 13-10 on Inferno, going on to Dusty Root's map pick of Mirage. But Mark, wow. I mean, the Red Canids took the hard path to victory there.
Yes, they will. Standing so smoothly. And that the sandwich position has been a very big part. Oh, TommyJet seeing Coldzera just automatically dead. That's a big pickup so quickly. But Phelps has so much to say there. At the bottom of the ladder, actually going to catch Toto off guard as VenomZera going to be actually getting this bomb down immediately. TommyJet can poke back because he has never lost the confidence. In a 1v1, he boxes out. That's just so quickly dribbled away.
Yeah, it's a great job by TommyJet, but he has to be careful because this bomb is planted in the open, so that means that Henny and Phelps gonna have visibility. Henny hits the headshot. Phelps looking for the same here, and he finds it too. MaxCore, last one standing. Phelps says, sit down. We've got this round under our belts as the Red Canids pick up where they left off.
Drop fading away out from his hip scene. Phelps to take that peek clean. VenomZera right here, jotted out a couple of 1v1s that Red Canids find, and they win all 3 of them.
Yeah, this is pretty clean.
Oh my gosh.
Just that one.
That's terrible.
Coldzera with a dirty shot to the head of MaxCore in 1962. He's sent packing. Getting the heck out of Dodge here, and he's got his M4 by his side. Heading to the round number 6, it's probably not in his mind. What he wants to see is rounds on the board. Red Canids gonna make it 6 in a row. MaxCore just walks out of con. It isn't smoked off. Phelps, I mean, probably should have been a little more aware. Maybe they just missed their smoke, to be honest with you. I think that was the case because he was under the impression that connector should have been smoked. And yeah, you see that smoke right in front of it. not good for the Red Canids. I don't know how much of an impact it'll have in this round because they've got great positioning towards the B site. They pop the smoke. Venomzera, the opener. Toto's watching from Cat. They might overlook him because they got that frag just a moment ago, and they do. But it's a quick trade from Henny afterwards. And look at Venomzera, still a very good position to potentially win. Excuse me, Coldzera. Win this fight against Tommy Jed. Tommy Jed rotates well. Support from Fergati. And Fergati will find it onto Cold. That leaves only Drop in a 1v3, but he makes it quickly a 1v2.
Hold on. Yeah, he's hopping out and actually has just a bit like antic about this. Can't go so far as to actually garner through the bench, but look at that. He has to just see the shadow and almost get right over. Tommy Jed survives.
His crosser just goes slightly to the left of Tommy Jed. Whoa, Phelps, beautiful tap on the max score. Fergati does manage to get the trade. And again, you know, losing so many bodies for Dusty Roots, they win the round, but their economy is not in great shape. And you see that from the buy-up that they've managed to scrape together here over in round number 7. And Red Canids, you know, Phelps does get that entry, but now they've just fallen back and they're playing kind of default style here, waiting for pushes.
Walking up to approach middle at the moment. Bomb in the hands. Rather on the back of Venomzera. Famas right around this corner is about to wheel and deal, but honestly just teasing for what actually arrives. A quick AWP transfer that comes down in middle, and Henny is the one that lives. It's a 3v3 with this entire minute to actually see what roll do you get out of the dice now. It is a very grim number that is put to Fergati as this A side. It is going to be all draped in the Red Canids.
Planted here for Venomzera. The smoke protecting him from Khan. 1962. I mean, look, the money's so bad. I think they're just going to try and pick up guns. There's the op recovered from 1962.
That happens again.
No, I don't think the MP9's been nerfed enough for it to be
I agree.
removed completely. Yeah, no one really crouches with the MP9 anyway, so I don't even know if that's a real nerf. Usually you're just running and gunning, so...
MP9 propaganda. Oh yeah. My goodness. Max score. Big pickup. And he's
almost a
really
second.
going to be on the timer. Yeah, he's so close to it, but just literally going to be lit up. A flash out of his smoke, and it might go better on the other side. Venomzera going to take advantage of that. All in the meanwhile, Phelps has gotten into window. They aren't going to be expecting this layer. Now, surely, Toto going to be jumping into smoke. Right into window, right into the lap of Phelps.
Phelps heard that. He had to have. Yeah. So freebie for Phelps. That gives them the 2v1. I think that's a very ballsy play coming through from the Dusty Roots, right? They lose their player, their op player in window, and then they just charge out everyone. 2 from Connector, 2 from Cat, trying to engage immediately. It leads to a flurry of trades, so credit to them for taking that risk. But in the end, now they're down to a 2v1. 1962 is trying to gamble here onto this A site. It's a good gamble. I don't think Phelps is going to be expecting this angle at all. He doesn't. Phelps gone. That drops the bomb too. 28 seconds left. Coldzera in a 1v1 up against 1962. Needs the clutch for his team, and he can't find it. Just short of the headshot. Yeah, I mean, the double op setup. Sure. You got to take the risk, right? Could work out. Tommy Jed misses the shot, though. I mean, Coldzera, another chance, and will eventually get taken down by Fergati. Doesn't actually do that much damage in turn. So that's setup pays off even with the missed op shot. That said, Phelps has snuck into window. Toto's gone, and Phelps has a lot of pressure applied. And the flank doesn't realize Tommy Jed's going to come around here, and that's a freebie for Tommy Jed. 4v3 in favor of Dusty Roots. The Red Canids haven't committed.
He obviously a little bit more than average 1962. There's that audio cue. Max score to even give a little bit of consideration to the lure. Kenny goes down on it. Only one choice, but to just jump into the fire. And 1962 is just going to be decked 1 for 1. Regardless, this thing is going to be all said and done. It's a 1v3 for Venomzera. Honestly, to just play a really dangerous game. He may go down after time here, and he does.
Oh, no.
I believe so.
For the execute onto A. Smokes are going to be thrown immediately. This could be a quick one.
Seemingly paced like it. Right now, it's advanced positions for both of these A players. Sticking out and not afraid to fight for it, but just going to be flashed off of it. Not going to stop the op from actually getting down. But there's got to be more layers to this. Dry in the repeat, and Coldzera and Drop are going to take advantage of it. Big plays, easy take onto the bomb site. Has time for Dusty Roots to rotate in, but there's got to be another layer to it on the Red Canids end. Their lurk is going to get into position. MaxCore outpeaks Henny right on the bomb site. Phelps in position, has got that, and may even turn his attention onto Cat. That's where another soul lies.
That's a really good play from Phelps to direct his attention towards Cat, like you were saying. Now he's watching for 1962. Oh, the util's out. That'll give away his location. 1962 can't do anything with it, though. Phelps gets the second, leaving only MaxCore standing. And in this situation, they probably don't have enough money to buy up the op in the next round, so MaxCore just has to save the gun. Another round victory for the Dusty Roots has been isolated by the Red Canids, as they've got an iron grip on this map. MaxCore does manage to take down Phelps, but that really doesn't matter. It is a footnote on the round for the Red Canids, who'll be able to buy up regardless of what happens here. Lots of util being deployed here by 1962 into the apartments. Just a lurk for now in Venomzera. Oh, Phelps just walks into Con and finds a scalp. Tommy Jed, his victim. 5v4 in favor of the Red Canids, who get off to another good start here. In the last round of this first half, their T-side has been absolutely destructive. Gutty spots a player. Okay, good response. MaxCore could get one as well. Okay. That is fantastic now with Toto finding Drop. It looks so good for the Red Canids, but they just walk into the waiting arms of the Dusty Roots at every turn.
Zera has to pull up and do what Coldzera does. 1v4 has to literally get sprayed right through the box. In through ticket, it is a 9-3 half.
It could be over very quickly if the Red Canids are able to convert here in the opening round of the second half.
Working their way up. And they are brawned, ready to fight, confident as they were on Inferno on these pistols. Drop the newest man on the block. Let's see what he can manage. It's fading away. That's one onto empty pillar, but guess what? Backup has arrived, and it is all of the pressure deprived off of Drop, put on to Coldzera, and he's helping his new teammate out, making him feel very comfortable on the CT side.
Oh, Phelps getting a freebie here. I think he's going to. Yep. Tommy Jed walks right into his crosshair, and Phelps says, "Thank you very much. I will take that." Venomzera, I think he's in a Molotov. He has to fade away from that. He's got the FAMAS there towards the A site in a fight on his hands, but he should win it. Yep. Great maneuvering for Gutty. Can't do anything. And that seems to be the story for the Dusty Roots here on Mirage. Coldzera gets one drop, another MaxCore, last one standing, and that is all she wrote. Red Canids, full control. They've got 9 map points available to them.
Within this MVP race, neck and neck with Coldzera. It's going to be a hard bargain to drop. This will definitely be big work cut out for Shinden when it gets there. Are they just forcing it down? It's quick onto the deck, and would it finish with Drop, or is Coldzera just going to come into farm? Let your new IGL put the cherry on top. Beautiful stuff in a very clean 2-0 that the Red Canids are not going to be wasting any time with. They make easy work of Dusty Roots on their map pick of Mirage.
Wow, yeah, that was stomping, quite honestly.